let's move on to the year 1071 CE with the attacks of Mahmud Ghazni. I would not like to dwell on the attacks per se, but I would like to request you to trace the journey of reconstruction of the temple every time it was destroyed, the temple at Mathura.
But Rinku, if I can take one step back, and that is to draw the attention of the viewers to what was found in Mathura before what Mahmud Ghazni would have destroyed in Mathura. Because, that is important. I'll just take 1 or 2 minutes. What I want to say is that so far we have discussed the findings outside Mathura. We've discussed in Afghanistan, we've discussed in Baltistan, we've discussed the Western Ghats, we've discussed Besnagar, the Heliodorus pillar. But what is the actual evidence that we have at Mathura? Because we are interested in Mathura, because Mathura has been associated with Krishna and his family. So it is so interesting. First of all, I want to talk to you about Mathura was attacked again and again. So what we have found in Mathura is by accident, and no evidence is complete. It's all fragments. So there is an inscription which is also in fragments, but which talks about a family of actors. That family of actors was taking part in plays on the life of Krishna. And that inscription, again partial, is over 2000 years old. So that means that at least 2000 years ago in Mathura, people were staging plays on the life of Krishna. Like, we have Krishna Leela now, we have Ram Leela, all associated with incidents of their life. So this is a tradition which probably goes back thousands of years, because it mentions the family and it says that they sing, they dance. I mean, they're professional actors. So this is absolutely fascinating. But now to come to the question of what else was found at Mathura, I will just give 2-3 examples, because, the first example that we have from Mathura is of before 15 Common Era. That means just the beginning of the Common Era, and it is before 15 Common Era. Why do I say with certainty that this inscription is before 15 Common Era? Because it mentions that it is erected in the time of the ruler, and that ruler we know ruled till 15 Common Era. So this inscription can be just before the Common Era, but it is not later than 15 Common Era. So now this inscription, it's only partial, and this inscription is by a person whose name is Vasu. His name survives. And he says that, I'm erecting this structure, and he describes the parts of that structure. Parts of that structure, again, the inscription is missing. Mentions a toran. Toran is an arch. And this Vasu door jam inscription, it is 8.5 feet tall. So 8.5 feet tall means that it was not an insignificant structure that Vasu was creating for Vasudeva around not later than 15 Common Era. Because 8.5 feet has survived. We don't know how much more was there, how tall it was. In any case, then he says that I'm creating this structure, and where am I creating it is the important point. He says, I'm erecting this structure at the Mahasthan of Vasudeva. Now, all of us know this much Hindi, that Mahasthan means great place. So this first inscription that we have from what is called Katra Keshavdeva mentions Vasudeva with that place, and it mentions that place is the Mahasthan. Mahasthan means very important place. What could it be? Because the rest of the inscription has not survived. So we don't know what was going to follow in that. Was it the birthplace? Or was it a place connected with some event in Krishna's life, like the killing of Kans?